You are looking live at Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, where Donald Trump is back on the stump. We will monitor his comments and probably have some of those for you before we leave the air this evening. Meantime, some big headlines were made over the weekend. A war of words igniting between Mr. Trump and an Army Gold Star father, a Muslim man who challenged the Donald while speaking at the Democrat convention last week. Miranda Kahn has more.
JD, even the VFW is slamming Trump for his comments, but if you expect Trump to back down, I wouldn't hold your breath.
Donald Trump, you're asking Americans to trust you with their future.
The DNC convention came and went, but the war of words between the Muslim parents who lost their Golden Star son,
He sacrificed his life,
and Donald Trump,
who wrote that,
rages on.
You have sacrificed nothing.
I think I made a lot of sacrifices.
But it was this comment in particular that seemed to grab the national spotlight.
If you look at his wife, she was standing there. She had nothing to say. Maybe she wasn't allowed to have anything to say.
Ghazala has since gone on mainstream media defending her religion.
Islam teaches us to be equal.
And her son.
He had the habit of bringing people together.
But it's not just the left coming to the Khan's family's defense.
There had been some statements coming from the Republican leadership.
Since the feud began, a number of Republicans have denounced Trump's comments, from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to House Speaker Paul Ryan, Senator Lindsey Graham, and Kelly Ayotte, who said she was appalled that Donald Trump would disparage them and that he had the gall to compare his own sacrifices to those of a Golden Star family. But Trump maintains his comments aren't about the Khan family, but terrorism.
We've had a lot of problems with radical Islamic terrorism.
Now, a number of media sources are now reporting that Mr. Khan may be a member of the Muslim Brotherhood and possibly connected to terrorism. That's according to Roger Stone, who used to advise the Trump campaign, but those claims have not been independently verified. JD, back to you.
Thanks, Miranda. A quick reminder is in order here. Your phone calls, we'll be taking them a bit later on. Good chance to get in on the line now at 1-877-Newsmax. That's 1-877-639-7629. For more on the aftermath of what has transpired here, we're pleased to be joined via Skype from Las Vegas by political commentator Allyn Root. Wayne is the author of a new book that'll be released later this month entitled Angry White Male: How the Donald Trump Phenomenon is Changing America and What We Can All Do to Save the Middle Class. Wayne, to save his campaign, what does Donald Trump need to learn from this recent episode?
Well, yeah, I am, JD, an angry white male, and I'm mad at the media mostly. About 90% I'm mad at the media. 10%, though, I've never said this before, I'm mad at Donald. Because here's what Donald's got to do. Don't fall for the trap. I just sent him this note, by the way, and I want to first start by saying what a great man Donald is. With everything going on in his life and the Republican convention, his own nomination, his own coronation, the Democratic convention, the media, the speeches, the traveling, and crisis after crisis, he finds the time 3 times in the last 3 weeks to send personal handwritten thank you notes to me. And I just got one 5 minutes before this interview, and here's how I responded to the thank you note. I sent back a note to Donald. I said, here's the deal, Donald. You know I love you. You know I want you to be the next president. You know I think you must be the next president. We've lost America. But you got to get off this Khan, as in K-H-A-N, the father Khan, and the son, the captain of the army who was killed in 2004. Get off it. This topic is the wrong topic. The media is trying to upset you. They're trying to distract you. They're trying to enrage you. They're trying to get you off your game. They know you're winning. They know you were surging until this happened. And they found one person who could make you look bad if you'd attack the father of a dead soldier, Muslim or not. Don't fall for it. Get out of it. Talk about the economy. Talk about the GDP disaster. Talk about Obamacare. Talk about the debt approaching $20 trillion. Talk about terrorism, Muslim terrorism. Get off the topic of Khan and this dead soldier. Say we honor him. We give you our condolences. We give you our thanks as a nation for the sacrifice you and your son made. And this has nothing to do with the issues that matter in America today.
Wayne, what you're saying right here, sounds very much very similar to what Mike Pence had to say in a statement. Mr. Trump's running mate issued the following statement: Donald Trump and I believe that Captain Khan is an American hero, and his family, like all Gold Star families, should be cherished by every American. Captain Khan gave his life to defend our country in the global war on terror. So, Pence, I guess, becoming Donald's diplomat-in-chief or explainer-in-chief, but they got to get off of that. I would agree. The only thing I would make different is something that Rush Limbaugh suggested earlier today: contrast the Democrat Party, where the Democrat Party seems to hold in high esteem the Muslim war dead, but it's had nothing to say about the Benghazi 4. So that was going on. Let's listen to more of what Donald Trump had to say on ABC News this week.
We've had a lot of problems with radical Islamic terrorism. That's what I'd say. We have a lot of problems where you look at San Bernardino, you look at Orlando, you look at the World Trade Center, you look at so many different things. You look at what happened to the priest over the weekend in Paris, where his throat was cut, 85-year-old beloved Catholic priest. You look at what happened in Nice, France, a couple of weeks ago. I'd say you got to take a look at that, because something's going on and it's not good.
So Trump makes those valid points, but it's as if they're ignored.
Well, here's the thing. I figured out the media game a while ago. They did it with Mitt Romney, by the way, 4 years ago. So don't think it has to do with being conservative or extreme or radical or any of that nonsense. It has to do with any Republican candidate. If John Kasich was the candidate, if Jeb Bush was the candidate, they do the same thing, which is, doesn't matter what Hillary does or says, didn't matter what Obama does or says, no matter how radical, extreme, or bad the things they say or do are, the media ignores them, makes believe they never happened, and then they take one
And that's
word,
that's why I want to circle back. Wayne, I want to circle back to what Rush had to say on his show earlier today. Let's listen, then I'll get your response.
At the Republican convention, we had a mother of a fallen hero at Benghazi. Her name was Pat Smith. What did the Democrats do with the assistance of the media? The first thing they did was trash her. Then they fact-checked her. Hillary Clinton lied about Benghazi. She lied to everybody about the video being responsible for this.
So there it is, Wayne, the double standard, and the Democrats have their own double standard, yes?
Yes, and here's the thing. I'm someone who's written book after book. Forget Angry White Male. My last book was Murder of the Middle Class. And I explained the Democrats' winning philosophy on a national level. Avoid facts, because we, the right, wins with facts, and just bring out emotional stories. Trot out one emotional story of a person who died because they didn't have health insurance, and the whole country has to be ripped off with Obamacare. They're doing the same thing with this Khan guy.
Well, let me go to this, because here's the emotion from the other side. Pat Smith on CNN earlier today. Take a look at it.
I want answers, and I want answers about why my son is dead and why she made the decisions that she made. I don't like her decisions. I don't think she'll make a very good, any kind of good president. Okay. I don't like her decisions. She kills people.
And you heard the CNN moderator trying to cut her off as if it were unpleasant. Final 20 seconds for your last word, Wayne.
Yeah, just run ads. Let's be the party for once that wins on emotion. Donald needs to run ads day and night with the parents, not of Benghazi, of the parents of kids who were killed by illegal immigrants and the parents of kids that were killed by Muslim terrorists, saying that Hillary Clinton can't keep us safe at night. Let's be the party that jumps over the media and wins the narrative by spending $100 or $200 million out of all the money we spend just on ads that show emotional parents whose children are gone because Obama and Hillary are soft on terrorism, have an open border, and they're soft on illegal immigrants entering America.
And again, Wayne is the author of a new book out August 23rd, Angry White Male. Wayne Allyn Root via Skype from Las Vegas. Wayne, thanks very much. Well, let's go to the phones now at 1-877-Newsmax. And joining us from South Florida is Carol. Carol, we've got about a minute to get your thoughts. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay, this is my comment. I feel that somebody needs to speak to Trump and tell him that he is getting himself baited by the media, and he falls into these traps time and time again. He needs to take a page out of Hillary's playbook, and the next time he's confronted with something, instead of being honest, like he is, and why he won the nomination, because he is honest, he needs to be a little more evasive, just like Hillary, because no matter what he says, they're going to target him. And yes, it was very sad that that couple lost their son. Any son, anybody lost in the military in this war is horrible. But I feel Trump is trying to do something about it, and Hillary just turns her head and looks the other way. And
Carol, we do appreciate your comments. More of your calls coming at 1-877-NEWSMAX. And up next, it's Diamond and Silk. So stay with us.